Hi, my name's Laura Batante, and this is my YouTube channel, My 2 Bits. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to make this really adorable little snowman votive holder, and this is a paper product, so it's only to be used with a battery-operated votive. And you will want to download the PDF. It's free. It's in my notes of the video, and you can also get it at my2bits.ca. And the other items that you'll need today are glue and double-sided tape, some orange cardstock for his nose, whatever color you would like for his scarf. I have some blue vellum, which is just a translucent paper, but you can also use tracing paper. It is a little bit tricky to work with because it's so thin, but it does work. I have done it. This is an example with the tracing paper. And then you need the white cardstock for the snowman, and then a gel pen because we're going to put some little snowflakes on, and a black pen just for his features. So let's get started. So if this is the first time that you're doing a craft with me, then you will not be familiar with my particular approach, but whenever I am using a stencil like this, I like to cut the stencil pieces out quite close before I even get started, just so that it makes it easier to work with, and also that way you don't waste so much paper. So I would cut out all of these and then I would put them on. Sometimes, which I did not put in the recommended products for this project, I will use double-sided, not double-sided, but removable tape to hold my paper in place. This is a great product. I use it all the time. All right, I'm going to cut out everything and then we will start. So the first thing we're going to do is put some snowflakes on our vellum or tracing paper. And I used a gel pen for this. I don't know if there would be another option that would work. This is some vellum, another type of vellum that I got up at the craft store, and it has a little kind of blotchiness on it, which I thought kind of worked. And I tried attaching these cutout paper flakes. So for sure you could do that if you have these little punches, and that looks cute too. And another thing that might work, and I don't have it, I only have yellow glow-in-the-dark glue, but if there was like a blue glow-in-the-dark glue, which there may well be, that might also work and look kind of cool. And you could just put little dots on. So I'm just going to very simply go all over my vellum with just a little X and then a line through it. And I want to keep it really simple. So that's my plan. And I'm going to go sort of randomly across. Vellum, like tracing paper, isn't the easiest to draw on. It doesn't take the ink as well as you might hope. But it's just a little, excuse me, it's just a little embellishment. So, you know, don't worry about it if you can't get it on. You can always just go with it plain. That would be okay too. You could do little swirls on here if you wanted, but like I said, as the gel pen isn't awesome at going on, I'm not sure you want to try swirls because they might not show up. And so whenever I'm doing a snow pattern or anything where I'm doing kind of a background like this, I'll put some far apart and then some close together to make it very random. You don't want it to be even. And most of this you're not even going to see. It's going to be around the back. Some of it will be behind him. So you don't have to worry too much about this space. But you can go there. All right, so we're just going to finish that up, and then we are going to work on our snowman. So we're going to attach his scarf, and I have all the pieces cut, except for I haven't cut out the little bottom part yet, but you'll see on your stencil that you have that. I just did that so that you can have a little bit of added dimension there. I always love it if there's just a little bit sticking out, like his little nose is sticking out. So that piece has to go down, get glued down first underneath the neck piece. So we're just going to find our placement, and then we'll put the glue on, and I have to cut this as well. Okay. And so this piece will go over top like so, and that looks okay. You want to keep it to the side a little bit if you want to get buttons on and be able to see them. Okay, so we'll get our glue stick and put that down. And obviously you're not going to put glue on the part that you want to stick up a bit, where we just cut. Okay. And like I did say earlier, you could use any color. You don't have to do it in blue like me. If you want to do it in a red or a green, go for it. Your snowman. And also, as I always say when I'm talking about making it your own, you don't have to have that nose. If you want a little short, chubby nose, you can do that. Sometimes if you do one and you kind of follow the directions and then you go back and do another one and make it your own, it's a little easier, but if you're confident, go for it, I say. I'm gonna just make that guy angle up a little bit more. There we go. So that's on, and now we're gonna do his nose. He doesn't need nose, he doesn't need nose. He doesn't need glue all the way to the tip of his nose because that's going to poke off a little bit because mine is quite long. And if you want him looking up, you could tip his nose up a bit. And if you want him looking down, you could tip it down, play with it, see what you like. Okay, now we need to let that dry a bit. Okay, so before we attach him, we are going to get the features on because you do not want to try to draw on him while he's attached to the toilet paper roll. And it's a pretty simple mouth. I've tried to make this one quite simple so that it's easy to do without having to trace it or anything. And then you can put the eyes close together if you want them or farther apart. However you like it. Do what you love. And I did not mention that we need a red pen too, to do a red felt pen to do his little tongue there. So I'm sorry about that. And when I edit the video, I will put that in my notes on the screen so that you see it. Okay. I'm not happy with the way my pen is working today. There we go. So we'll get a red pen and color in his mouth, and then he's good to go. Okie doke, so we're ready to go. What I have done is, this is of course the vellum. I have also made a little sample here with the tracing paper, which by the way was easier to draw on with the gel pen, just a little side note there. And so I'm just going to demo it with both because I want you to know that you can absolutely just use the tracing paper. And I think you can get a tracing paper pad at the dollar store, so certainly that's going to be more cost effective. So what we're going to do is we are going to put some glue down on the snowman and attach it to this vellum. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue up the middle of his body. I am not going to glue the head. I think it starts to distort the shape of the vellum a little, so I'm going to try it without attaching the head. This will be new, but I think it's going to work just fine. So I will press down in the middle there where I have some glue. And okay, and then I'm going to do my usual, anytime I'm working on paper craft, that I'm going to force into a circular shape. I like to just kind of give it a little sort of pre-bend. I think it helps if you do this so that you don't get a crease in the paper. And so you can see when I'm going to put this down, it will actually have a bit of a curve to it. So I might be wrong. Maybe it doesn't help, but I think it does. So I'm going to keep on doing it, and I'm going to recommend you do it too. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a minute. And we're going to use glue for this guy as well. I'm sorry I didn't make a complete snowman, but this is like I think this is my 7th. So it's a lot of work to keep making them. So I'm just gonna do this for now. And I think you'll see it'll work just fine. And we're definitely gonna use the double-sided tape. Oh, I didn't put glue there. That was silly of me. Let's see if I can pull it off without causing too much trouble. Holy moly, I'm losing it here. Here we go. Okay, and that's a lot of glue, which worries me with the tissue paper. So you can see how it gets affected. So hopefully I haven't completely ruined this guy. Looks okay. I can definitely feel the texture under my hand at the back, but I'm not going to worry about that because that is going to be attached to the toilet paper roll. And I'm doing the exact same thing here. I'm just encouraging it to bend a little. I feel confident that's going to look fabulous. All right. So now we're going to attach to the toilet paper rolls. All right, so I've put a strip of double-sided tape on there, and now I'm going to put some glue on the toilet paper ring itself. And we will remove, this could be the part that takes me the longest, honestly. If you push it down really hard, it should adhere to the paper, and then it makes it easier to remove. Okay, so we'll attach that. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm completely off camera. I've got it where I can actually see it, which would be under me and supposed to, well, out in the front. Okay. There we go. Nice and straight up the back. You can see how well that tape worked. It's not wrinkled at all. There we go. And when it dries, we'll just play around with it a little bit more on the head. And then I'm going to put a paper clip on here and let that dry. Okay, so back to the one with the tracing paper, and we're going to glue the toilet paper roll again. And then I've only put the tape on the actual tracing paper, and now we're going to line that up. Helps if you actually rip that off. There you go. That's so much better. Actual chance of adhering. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So there we go. Now, same thing. We're going to put a paper clip on and let that dry. And then we would just shape it back the same as we did with the vellum. You just have to give it, you have to squeeze it a bit back into a circle. So that worked out fine. So here we are finished. All right, so there you go. We're finished. They look adorable. And they're honestly pretty easy to make. The only thing that is just a little challenging is just being patient and letting it dry, and then, you know, giving a little squeeze to shape the toilet paper roll back into a circle. And If you liked this video, please give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to give you a little preview of some stuff that's coming up. I've got this cute little reindeer Rudolph paper ornament coming up, as well as this little polar bear candy box. Now, he's made out of a soap box, and as you can see, this is just a mock-up. I've got a little pencil there, and he's just taped together at the moment. But when I show you the original, like the finished product, you'll be amazed, I hope. And so he holds on to a little candy cane, and then he's got room in the back for a little bag of candy, or they don't have to be in a bag. They could just be loose. You could fill them with little Christmas candies. So those are coming up, and I've got lots more. So please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks so much.